Somewhere outside Lubbock, Texas, there's a gas station with one working pump. Tuesday, 6:47 in the morning. The owner flips the sign, pours himself a coffee, and doesn't know it yet. But today is the day. The last customer of the fossil fuel era is currently asleep 40 miles east and will pull in around noon to fill a rusted pickup for the very last time. When that tank clicks full, an industry that ran the world for 150 years quietly ends. No ceremony, no headline, just a pump handle hung back on its hook. That moment hasn't happened yet, but it has a date, and the world on the other side of it is closer than you think. Here's the honest picture from today. Electric vehicles already outsell gas cars in a growing list of countries, and oil demand for road transport has a visible peak on every serious forecast. The debate isn't whether the last gas station closes. It's which decade and what happens in the 100 years after. So let's cross the line. The pump clicks off. Now watch. The first 10 years are the awkward decade. 100,000 gas stations stand empty across every country. Small rectangles of paved land on the best corners of every town. Each one wrapped around underground tanks that have been quietly leaking into soil for a generation. And here's the twist nobody saw coming. Those contaminated little plots become the most valuable redevelopment land of the century. Robotic remediation crews, tracked machines with sampling arms, crawl each site, digging out tanks, washing hydrocarbons from the soil with engineered enzymes, certifying each square meter clean. On corner after corner, the canopy comes down, and something new goes up. Charging plazas, neighborhood clinics, micro-warehouses for drone delivery, apartments printed on site for mineral composite. Follow the money one layer up and it gets bigger. Refineries, those cathedral-sized tangles of steel and pipework, don't get demolished, they get harvested. By the 2060s, dismantling a refinery is a precision industry. Cutting drones map every pipe. Catalytic metals are extracted like ore, and the steel, pre-certified, already smelted once, feeds electric furnaces that need a fraction of the energy of virgin production. One mid-sized refinery yields enough recovered material to frame a small city district. The fossil age doesn't get buried. It gets recycled into the world that replaces it. Now, jump to the year 2126, 1 century after the pump. A 12-year-old is walking through a museum with her grandfather, and they stop at the strangest exhibit she's seen all day. A gasoline pump, restored, gleaming, behind glass. She asks how it worked, and he explains, "You drove a metal box full of flammable liquid to this machine every single week and stood next to it while it poured more flammable liquid inside." She asks the question every kid asks. "Didn't that catch fire sometimes?" He nods. She stares. For her, energy isn't a place you go, it's ambient. It has never once occurred to her that power could run out, because she has never seen it arrive. Because here's what 100 years actually built. Her world doesn't have an energy industry the way ours does. It has an energy fabric. Every roof, window coating, and road surface harvests light. Every building stores its own power in structural batteries. The walls themselves are the tank. Freight moves through corridors that charge vehicles as they drive, power beamed inductively from beneath ceramic composite roadbeds. When one district produces more than it needs, and most do, the surplus flows sideways to neighbors, traded automatically, second by second, by the same kind of network brain that runs the sky above her city. And the geography of power flipped with it. For a century and a half, energy was concentrated. You had it if you had the fields, the wells, the tankers. Entire wars were priced in barrels. In her world, energy is something almost every place makes for itself. The chokepoints are gone. The tanker fleets are gone. The last supertankers were rebuilt decades ago into floating desalination plants anchored off coastal cities. What used to be the most fought-over substance on Earth became the one thing nobody can corner. There's a catch, and it's worth being honest about it. The fossil age had one dark gift. It was simple to understand. Fuel in a tank, price on a sign. The energy fabric of 2126 is invisible, automatic, and owned. The algorithms that trade power between districts, the standards buried in every structural battery, the beaming protocols under every road. Whoever writes those rules holds the kind of quiet leverage oil ministers used to dream about. Her world traded visible choke points for invisible ones. And most people in it, like most people in ours, never ask who holds them. Still, somewhere in that museum, under glass, there's a pump handle. The last one ever hung up. The plaque beneath it doesn't list a war, or a crash, or a summit. It lists a Tuesday, because that's how the biggest changes actually arrive. Not with an explosion, with a click. And 100 years later, a child who cannot imagine the world ever worked another way.